It has been, without question, a torrid 15 months for the travel industry, and Travel Weekly has reported on all the twists and turns for the sector during this global pandemic. But now the industry has reached the end of its tether. Something has snapped, and they've decided to come together to try and make the government understand quite the dire situation that the industry is in. So Travel Weekly are here in Westminster today, joining the Travel Day of Action on College Green, and also in Scotland, in Wales, in Northern Ireland, everybody campaigning and lobbying their government, lobbying the MPs to listen to travel and to allow us to reopen international travel safely, and also to provide sector-specific support, which the industry so desperately needs. And Travel Weekly has spoken to many of you in the sector to hear your stories.
Well, in the past 16 months we've barely taken any revenue. As you know, we've had to make refunds, which has given all our revenue back. We've still got our staff, and we've had more work than ever, so we've not necessarily been able to fill all our staff.
With the prospect of not having a June, July and August this year, people can't see how they're going to survive till next year.
And I think what happened with Portugal going back to amber and no countries being added was a real kick in the teeth for travel. I think that was the point where, having implemented a system to facilitate safe travel, the government basically signalled that they were not going to implement their own system. And patience has run out. I think now we need to stand up and be counted and put our point more forcefully. We've been hit hard. Obviously our turnover has effectively been zero for 18 months. We're very lucky at Cooney that we're part of a wider group that's there to support us. Not everybody is that lucky, and that's why I'm here today. And today's not about my business. Today is about those thousands of brilliant businesses that are really, really struggling to survive, and we all need to speak up for them.
In all honesty, it's got to a breaking point where the whole industry has decided enough is enough. You need to hear our voice and stand up and listen to us, and I'm hoping off the back of today that the government really do start to listen, and more importantly start to understand our industry as a whole. We're not just airline, this is a travel industry that encompasses tour operators, travel agents, online travel agents, airlines, the whole kit and caboodle.
The ATAS has been lobbying since the beginning. Brian's done a great job on the Safe Future Travel Coalition, and we've been sending all of those letters to the MPs. Mine has completely ignored me, unfortunately, but I know that some people have had really good success with speaking to the MPs.
I think everybody lived with everything that we've gone through. They understood. Priority is health, obviously, but now a safe resumption, there is no reason there isn't a safe resumption for international travel, and we have to really lobby, and they need to understand that and move forward on it.
It's the first time I can remember travel agents, tour operators, airline pilots, airports all coming together with a common cause, and I think that shows how critical it is at the moment, how deep the crisis is and how urgently we need government action. I'd like the government to use the traffic light system that they themselves design, but use it properly. As I say, not then to just have general warnings against travel, and to make it transparent as to what basis countries are going to move from one category to another, so that not only can the industry plan ahead, but customers can have confidence to book. Their own data show that this has been the area most badly hit, 90% off last year. The efforts they've put in so far, even limited though they are going to be wasted if these companies fail now.
What we urge and what we want from the government is some certainty, some clarification on what is the data they're using, what is their methodology, because currently whatever they are using is completely undermining the traffic light system. There's up to 500,000 jobs at risk. Now is the time for them to act, and I think you can see the industry acting as one today.
But I just don't understand the grant system. How can a business survive, or any business survive, with no income for 18 months, no income, and they get less grants than someone that's been able to trade in some capacity?
The government do know what's going on, do know what they need to do, but are willing to sacrifice the entire travel industry, it seems, and the huge contribution they make to the GDP.
Summer 22 for us looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to summer 22? I said that. Summer 20, I said, oh, summer 21 looks great. Actually, we're in summer 21 and it's dire.
The reality is travel businesses are different to many other businesses where we have to stay open. We've still got thousands of customers we're talking to, so we can only use the furlough program to a certain degree. So to get international travel back safely is really important for us. Now we need some action. We've been very patient and we've all suffered, but if it goes on too long, the travelling public are going to walk down the high street and that travel agent they booked with all their lives, they're not going to be there anymore.
but if we can have some clarity over what's going to happen on the 19th of July, whether that's double vaccinated people being allowed in from amber destinations, whether that's a roadmap to say these are the countries we're expecting to go on the green list on the 19th of July, I think that's the best we can hope for.
So it's a £28.4 billion economy, the inbound tourism economy, and people are in desperate trouble. We're one of the few areas that's had that is not able to open up. We were the first hit, the deepest hit and the longest hit, and what we really need to do is we need government to recognise that.
What do we want? When do we want it?
I think the thing with the focus partners is, they're good, solid businesses. Coming into this pandemic, they were, respected, good, solid businesses, which put them in a good position to fight the fight that they've had in front of them. But the reality of it is that, that fight can only last for so long. The big concern is that once furlough scheme comes to the end, a sector that isn't going to be trading to levels that it was in 2019 for a while as yet is incredibly vulnerable.
Globally, we used to have a team of about 2,000 people, and that's down to fewer than 600 now. And aside from that, the budgets have had to change. We really had to rescale the business to make sure that we still survive, and we've done that very well. But we need to start seeing things move again for us to really pick up where we left off.
So across the membership, UK and Latin American, average revenues are down 85%. The average is that people have lost about 70% of their staff. Many companies are weeks away from disappearing forever. I think there's this misconception that travel industries are phoenix industries where one closes down and another one starts the next day. It's just not the case.